Stacey the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacey style. And today I am so excited to be reviewing a fabulous deck that's been out for a couple of years now, but is one that has been kind of new to me, and that's the Black Tarot from Victoria Iva. Let's check it out right now and see what we got. So this is going to be a full review, and this was a deck that was gifted to me a number of years ago, and it was gifted to me at a time when I was going through a really dark period of time, and so the fact that the deck itself is dark caused me to kind of just stay away from it. You can see here that it is in a tuck box. I don't always like that, but just because they seem to not be very durable, but this one happens to be very durable. And it's called the Black Tarot. And as you can see from the front of the box, it's darker imagery. We even have a skeleton on the box. We have kind of an interesting figure up here, sort of walking towards the moon. And there's just a lot of, dark imagery. Now, I am not afraid of darkness. In fact, I watch a lot of, sort of dark content and things of that nature. That doesn't faze me at all. But at the time that I got it, it just wasn't the right time. But now it is. So here's what she says about the deck. Enter the darkness of the Black Tarot, where sparks of light punctuate the midnight realm. From the incredible imagination of artist Victoria Iva, these 78 cards will offer you penetrating insight into the depths of your mind and soul. And I do have another deck by Victoria Iva. I did a full deck review of that, and it's called the Guiding Light Tarot, if you wanted to check that out on my channel. So it does come with a guidebook, and this is all based on the tarot interpretations of Waite. And actually, I know the editor, Philip Young, and he's also an excellent tarot reader, by the way, and he does great astrology readings, Black Unicorn Tarot. So it comes with some spreads, a few tips, and then we have all of the imagery in here, black and white, which actually is very fitting for the theme of the deck. And it gives good descriptions here. And it's, simple and I want to say straightforward and to the point. I love the card backs. So the card itself is on exceptional cardstock. It's got a little bit of a bend and a give to it, but it's really solid. It is not gilded. It is just sort of that beautiful black energy and imagery to it. But what's really cool about the back of the deck is it's marbled with this grayish, purplish smoke, I guess is the way I would describe it, marbled with smoke. And I absolutely love that. So, all right, let's take a peek at the card imagery and see what we got. So here we have a Knight of Cups. And of course, everything in this card deck is black and white. We are seeing that the horse has a skeleton. We're seeing the skeleton, so we're seeing the inside of the horse. And the knight itself is a mermaid that is riding on the horse. We have a horse in the water, and we have almost like a negative space tree that is growing out of this water. It reminds me of like delicate butterfly wings. And also could even be like the veins of the eye that is sort of coming through. So there's this almost like we're watching an old-fashioned movie that had all of the little specks and cuts and dust in it. Here we have the Hermit card. And I love that it's a solo figure, but it's being shown, the light. It's seeking the light. It's found the light. And I feel like the water is kind of rising up to help that hermit get to where it needs to be. Here we have a Death card, and the Death card shows the tile. And whenever I see the checkerboard tile, the black and white tile, it always symbolizes for me the game of life. That's always kind of a big thing. So I guess some of these cards are all switched up here. So give me a second to get this all sorted out. And so when I'm looking at this particular depiction, I feel like Death is stepping into the game. It's like Death knows, okay, now it's time It's time for me to change things up. It's time for me to shift up the rules, or to play my role in the part, in the game of life, to give humans, to give the players the experience that they want as they're playing that game. Here we have the Four of Wands. What an interesting depiction of the Four of Wands. We have stairs, and we have stairs with, sort of in nondescript images throughout. So that Four of Wands energy, this is a contracts card for me. But it also is like establishing a new foundation. It represents sort of a graduation from one level to another. So I think it's kind of brilliant in the way that it's being presented here. A Five of Spheres. So spheres is pentacles here. Six of Spheres. Interesting. Seven of Spheres. 10 of Spheres. Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is usually heartbreak. What this has done is it has actually separated the body. The sword has come straight down and separated the body, but what has it revealed? The soul. The soul resides kind of in the center of the body. It's your core. I think that's really interesting. So it's not heartbreak. It's almost like, okay, it's revealed the pain of the soul. Four of Swords. So you have a figure in meditation. Five of Swords. So you can see here we've got kind of human hybrids, a bit of that hybridic energy. And that's actually very common. That's what her other deck, the Guiding Light Tarot, shows as well. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the Guiding Light is probably her opposite to this Black Tarot. Similar figures, somewhat similar imagery, although it's a very different deck, but showing the white, the light, the silver, but showing, and more color, and showing bodies in various stages, and drawing our attention to those areas of the body that are being affected by the card. Ace of Cups. That's a really pretty Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. Yeah, I definitely could not have handled working with this deck at the time that it was gifted to me. The imagery, I feel like now, I love the imagery. I feel very strongly that this imagery is like it evokes all the right things for me. It doesn't rub me the wrong way. It's deep. And it forces me into, a level of depth. Five of Cups. I love that. Grief, when you're looking at grief, trying to get out of clawing yourself out of a well, or trying to get out of the desert, and it's a tough road to hoe. It's a long road to climb, and you got to stretch so far. And even when you're stretching as far as you are, it's still not enough. Right. That's kind of what I was in when I was gifted this deck, was grief. And so seeing it depicted in this way was not comforting. It actually was kind of hindering my progress. So I didn't really work with it. But now I am like all in. I'm ready for this. I love this Seven of Cups. It's like she is, she's on fire. So she's smoking. She's disintegrating. It's that, dreams and illusions kind of energy. Where she's either becoming the dream or she's coming out of the dream. I think that's so cool. Eight of Cups. Oh, I love that he's a runner. That's interesting. So it's not just letting go and walking away. It's like run. I often say that to clients: run, don't walk. When I get a particular image or feeling around someone, I'm like, run, don't walk. Nine of Cups. Beautiful. Wishes fulfilled. 10 of Cups. So these are a little more Pip-esque. But we'll see. Just those two. I don't think the rest of it is Pippish. We've been seeing a lot of imagery. Knight of Swords. Nine of Spheres. This is really interesting. It's almost like the shape of a tree, the spheres that are making up the tree. Something very galactic about that. Also like sciencey, kind of the atoms and the molecules and the cells. And Page of Swords. It's interesting. This is one of the few where we actually see the figure of a face, a partial face. And it's being created by the smoke and the light. I think that's super cool too. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Ten of Swords. Oh, it's almost like her body makes the shape of a heart. That's interesting. Four of Spheres. It's that Four of Pentacles energy. So he's definitely like a creature from the Black Lagoon. And that's how we can feel sometimes when we get into that greed and lack. Not a good look. King of Cups. Ace of Spheres. What's that on that? Two of Swords. Page of Cups. Queen of Cups. Judgment. Ooh, Judgment is interesting. It's almost like I'm seeing like a horse head. I'm also feeling a little zebra. It's like the hint of a creature, but I'm not really sure what that creature is. And then you have this figure, this hand, actually. It's a hand that's kind of coming out from the grave, right? From the ground. Wow, that's freaky. This is like spooky freaky, but makes a lot of sense. The sun. Interesting. I wasn't sure how they were going to depict the sun with the sort of the black and white, but they've gone with mostly black and then the white just kind of pops up. That's really cool. The moon. So they've gone with the cycles of the moon being reflected here. The star. Oh, wow. What a gorgeous star card. It's like refractive, so you're just getting vision after vision after vision, idea after idea after idea. Beautiful expansion. The Tower. This almost looks like a flower up here. I like that there's like a solid object. The tower is the solid object. We haven't seen a ton of like solid objects a lot in these cards. So there's a solid object, and then we're seeing sort of the outline of somebody that is falling out. Lots of the electricity coming through. It's very interesting. The High Priestess. Skeletal in nature. And the moon is oblong. The moon almost looks like the shape of an egg, like the cosmic egg. That's kind of interesting. The Magician. He's cool. This would be a great deck for Halloween season. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. I love the flame in the background. That's really cool. It's like he's introducing himself to the flame. Three of Wands. The Fool. Oh, okay. So that was the Fool card is the image on the cover. I wouldn't have seen this as the Fool, but now that I'm understanding that it's the Fool, it makes sense. The Hanged Man. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's like calculated risk, which is usually the Wheel of Fortune card, but I'm feeling some calculated risk here. Justice. Aw, it's like Justice is crying. Wow, that's deep. Two of Spheres. Page of Wands. The World. There's a cosmic egg again. So I bet you that moon was supposed to be a cosmic egg. That's really cool. King of Wands. So again, she does that imagery where you're seeing the innards of the body, the inside of the body, the musculature. Queen of Wands. That's a gorgeous image. Just that whole thing is a gorgeous image. The Emperor. Emperor almost looks like a court jester or something. I don't know. There's something about that, the essence or the hint of that figure that makes me think of that. That's interesting. The Empress. Yeah, I'm seeing like the birth of something, the baby in the womb. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Bodybuilding. Seven of Wands. There's the game of life again in sort of a sporadic energy. Eight of Wands. Dashing, running quickly. Knight of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Three of Spheres. Strength. The Chariot, another nod to the game of life. Very fun housey. The Lovers. Implied, but not obvious that there are two there. The Hierophant. holding his head up. Page of Spheres. Queen of Spheres. King of Spheres. Nine of Wands. Eight of Spheres. 10 of Wands. Knight of Spheres. Nine of Swords. Wow, like her head is like a vortex. That's interesting. Eight of Swords. The Devil. And Temperance. Wow. All right. Yes. So I am all in with this deck. I am ready for this deck. So in true Stacey style, we are going to shuffle these cards up. And we're going to see if you connect with this deck, how this deck is going to connect with you, what it's going to show you, how it wants to work with you, and what kind of guidance it's going to give. Oh, I love it, the Wheel of Fortune. So it's shifting things up. It's giving you a number of different perspectives, and it's always going to give you a different direction to go with your guidance. I feel like this deck is not so much that it's going to give you the unexpected, but I would say to you, it's going to give you exactly what you need, but not necessarily in the way that you think it's going to come through or that it should come through. I also am seeing that there are a number of spheres. It's showing, basically our planetary system, and it's featuring or highlighting one planet amongst all. And I feel that's Jupiter, basically, because I believe the Wheel of Fortune is connected to Jupiter, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong on that. And I feel like this deck is always going to give you something new to focus on. And you're going to grow significantly and substantially when you're working with this deck. This is not a deck for the faint of heart. You have to be willing to move through all of the stages and phases. You have to be willing to explore all of the planets. And it's not going to be linear in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing linear about this deck when you are working with it. It's going to encourage you to be more sporadic in your approach to what is transpiring. And it's going to point out any, I want to say, patterns or cycles that you are getting caught up in. So if you start working with this deck and you find that you're pulling the same 3 cards, for example, over and over and over again, pay attention to that, because you're stuck in a cycle. You're stuck in a pattern, and maybe it's time to remove yourself from that pattern. Or maybe that's the pattern that you're running into that someone else is stuck in, and that's why you can't seem to find common ground with that individual. So really loving what this deck can provide to all of us. Wow. All right, guys, that is our Divinely Decked segment where we learned about the Black Tarot. And I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed doing it with you guys. Feel free to put comments in terms of what you sort of liked about this, didn't like about it. Would love to have a dialogue with you guys. I hope you have the most amazing day until we see you for another segment of Black Feather Couture Divining a VIP Life. I'm sending you so much love, so much support, and we'll see you on the flip side. Transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture Divining the VIP Life.